have you seen the alternate ending?
There's an alternate ending.
The
Wait, no,
plus
I
side of having a
remember this.
Blu-ray.
I remember this. I don't remember what it was though.
Okay, so if whoever's listening to this, if you have it on DVD or Blu-ray, if you can watch the alternate ending, it's hilarious. And you can, like on the Blu-ray, I actually had the alternate ending with commentary from director and writer again. And it's really good that they do the commentary because it explains why they decided not to go with that ending and why they had to reshoot the actual ending like a year later to put in the ending that we all like. So the alternate ending is kind of a continuation of when she's flying out and Ryan Reynolds is at the airport there and he's on his phone to his buddy, I believe it's Chuck, up in the air tower. And it's just kind of a continuation of that leads to her actually coming back. They turn the plane around, come back, and they have their little moment there on the tarmac, pretty much. And it's hilarious because the flight attendant on the flight, she was just amazing. I don't remember her name, the actress's name or the character's name, but what it was is Ryan Reynolds is talking to his buddy in the air tower, Chuck, and then he's relaying the information to the flight attendant, but the quality of the audio between them is not that good, so it keeps breaking up. So she's hearing odd stuff, and Chuck is also being like an inappropriate boy with what he's saying of what Ryan is saying, which he's not saying that at all. Things of something like he likes her breast and stuff like that. It's just inappropriate boy stuff. And so then the flight attendant's taking on the phone in the airplane, walks over to Sandra and is like, tells her what was said, and Sandra's like, what? Like, what does Andrew say? Like, what's going on? And so it's just really hilarious between the flight attendant and Chuck when Sandra decides, okay, they need to turn around and, go see what's going on. The flight attendant tells her, you need us to come to the phone. You need to talk to him yourself. And so she tries to get up to go to the phone on the plane, and the immigration officer won't let her. He physically grabs her and keeps her there, like, no, you're not talking to him. You're not going back. You are coming with me. And it gets a little rough in there. He gets, like, tased and put down because the flight attendant will not allow any roughhousing on her flight and all that. And then she's like, due to the FFA laws and rules with a passenger, like an unruly passenger like this, we need to land at the nearest airport. Guess we're turning around, folks. So she gets the plane to turn around and go back. And he gets arrested. They take him out and go put him in a police car.
That's hilarious.
Then Sandra and Ryan have their little moment on the tarmac. It's not as nice as the moment in The Office, which is why they decided to shoot the other ending instead. Mm-hmm. So they said, the director Anne and the writer Peter were saying that even though it was hilarious, audience loved that ending because, again, the flight attendant was just hilarious. It was such an odd comedic beat after such a serious situation. Because, it's the ending of the romance stuff of where you realize they actually do love each other, but now she's left him because she loves him. And to have all that comedy all of a sudden just seemed kind of out of place. And it took away from Sandra and Ryan coming back together. It made their moment not seem as powerful. So that's why they decided to take that out and shoot the scene in the office, which they had to rebuild that entire office because it was like a year later. They decided to shoot that instead, so it just focused on them. And even though the alternate ending is hilarious, I do agree that the ending they went with is more satisfying for the characters. Mm-hmm. And it's also nice that it's back in the office because then it's full circle. We get to see where they started from and then how they're ending. And it's just great having all the office people involved in that too.
Yeah, you tell her who's boss and...
Yeah, that's hilarious. Because the office set was actually shot on location in an office building in Massachusetts, I believe it was. And then so they had to rebuild that whole set on a stage in LA for shooting the ending.
Of course they did.
And she was like, since it was like a year later, you can notice like everyone is a little bit different in weight and appearance, but not too much that it really takes away from everything.
I mean, they're side actors, you know, like I don't know, but
But they made the right
yeah.
move, and that's a good part on the director and writer of knowing what works and what doesn't, because they did say the audience loved it, the Ultra ending. They just wanted more. And so they were really wise, even though it costs to bring everyone back and to rebuild a whole set a year later. They were very wise to
do that.
Yeah, like to understand the audience's reaction, to understand, okay, yes, this could work, but there's something missing. And that makes it go from a good film to a great film.